There have been many Sims games over the years, including some peculiar spin-offs, but which are the best? The Sims is a series that spanned decades, first being released in the year 2000. The premise is simple: manage people living their lives in a virtual world, from building their houses, their careers, and even their every meal. There have been plenty of spin-off titles as well, including many different stories, time periods, and peculiar characters. This is the kind of humor that's the charm of The Sims, and how it's never taken itself too seriously. With that said, we're here today, taking a list from thegamer.com, looking at the top 10 Sims games of all time, and how they compare in relation to one another. Of course though, just before we do get into the video, if you do like this type of content, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and of course, like the video. We do also stream over on Twitch. I will leave all the links within the description box below. And with all that said, let's get into the list. These are the top 10 best Sims games of all time. Number 10, The Urbz Sims in the City. How odd can The Sims get? Well, this must be pretty close. The Urbz is a spin-off that focuses on urban life, reputation, and street cred. The PS2 version of this game had will.i.am greet you and give you a bulldog, so there is that as well. The DS version of this game was vastly different and much better. A top-down game where you work your way up in the city, from a tiny apartment and window cleaning, all the way up to penthouses and fancy vehicles. If you're after a strange but not quite The Sims type of game, then definitely try this Sims title. Number 9, The Sims Online. An unexpected title, The Sims Online, known later as EA Land, took the formula of the popular PC game and made it into a type of MMO of sorts. A life simulation game all about socializing, but with real people. You may not have heard of this title, and for that you can't be blamed. The game lacked support and a following, and was not as big as the other online options at the time. This was everything that you'd expect from a 2002 title, but for its time it was pretty impressive, even if there wasn't too much to do. A very different game to the original, but it was a great way to appeal to new fans, and introduced a fresh new way of playing. Number 8. The Sims 2 Castaway. This spin-off title saw you take control of a Sim who was stranded on a desert island. Along the other survivors, you'll be mingling, exploring, and building up this island until rescue finally comes. Eventually, you may not even want to be rescued. After all, your coconut drink and natural shade are quite nice. From nothing but sand and a pile of leaves, you can build an entire bamboo luxury housing for you and your new friends. It is a little ridiculous, but an excellent way to take a breather from the unusual city life. Number 7, The Sims Medieval. Castles, dragons, and very questionable monarchs, The Sims Medieval takes place in a fantasy kingdom and is arguably the biggest departure from the unusual series. Rather than managing a single family, you manage the entire kingdom as it progresses, or in some cases, falls. You start by making the king or queen and complete tasks to build everything as you go. Soon after, you'll be creating all manner of characters, from blacksmiths to alchemists and even wizards. Watch your kingdom prosper, or just feed your Sims to the pit monster. All of which is totally your call. Number 6, The Sims 4. Potentially a bit low on this list, but The Sims 4 is far from its predecessors. Even though it may lack scale and ambition, and fell short of content at launch, it's still nonetheless an excellent game. The introduction of Sims Mood made social life all the more interesting, though it did take a while for more content to surface. With numerous expansions since, adding fully playable careers and even country life, The Sims 4 is an engrossing experience to dive into, as long as you're willing to buy the numerous DLC packs. And now you even have the smaller DLC kits, but after all, it is EA. Number 5, My Sims series. With multiple varying entries under the same name of My Sims, this series of games had all manners of adventures to explore. From kingdom building to racing to secret agent thrillers, there was something for everyone, and thus was an unexpected variety series. That said, My Sims was always directed at younger audiences, though the games are still fantastic experiences and are worth considering if you're looking for a Sims games that are suitable for your kids, or something that's just a bit more simple and fun to play through. Number 4, The Sims Busting Out. On consoles rather than PC, Busting Out added what The Sims usually lacked, and that is a plot. You start the game living at home with your mother and have to earn enough money to be able to move out. While the game does look drastically different from the handheld versions and home consoles, the overall experience is pretty similar. Once you manage to move out, your characters will continue having aspirations to reach higher things in life, all the while meeting strange characters and learning new skills as you go along. It certainly was a refreshing take on the game and brought the experience to more people than ever before. Number 3. The Sims 2. As a sequel to the successful original, The Sims 2 had many versions available to fans, being across all platforms. Of course, on PC, you had a standard Incredible Sims experience with numerous expansions that added an immense amount of content to the game. The console versions varied quite a bit. On PSP, you lived in a grove of peculiar characters, and on Nintendo DS, you had to manage a hotel plagued with strangers and aliens. These were also excellent experiences, and are certainly worth a mention. Number 2. The Sims. Can you really beat the original? Well, given that it's number 2 on the list, probably, but even so, The Sims is a brilliant game that broke new ground, paving the way for an entire series that continues to grow today. From house building to living life, the original game completely captivated fans to no end, and many fans of the original are still playing the current entries today, eagerly waiting to what expansions come next. The Sims was truly a wonderful idea to come out of the year 2000, and still going strong 20 years later. Number 1. The Sims 3. You will most likely have your own preferred Sims game, but the success and innovation of The Sims 3 is undeniable. Doing away with segment areas and lots, in favour of a large map that was completely open to you, The Sims 3 made you feel like you were living in a city full of people, and a city that lived on even when you were just at home. What was a fantastic game at release also then saw many expansions and additional content, making for an overall Sims title that is yet to be beaten in scale. Perhaps the future series will follow suit, but for now The Sims 3 holds its place as the biggest and best game of the series so far. And so there you pretty much have it. That was the top 10 best Sims games of all time, according to thegamer.com. So what did you think of the list? Were there any titles from the list that you feel were missing? Or perhaps there's a game on this list that you disagree with and you think that it shouldn't be on this top 10? If so, do let me know your comments in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. And of course, not forgetting that if you do like this type of content and you would like to see some more top 10 videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button and of course, like the video. I'll also leave some more top 10 videos at the end of this video if you would like to check them out. Thanks very much for watching guys, and I will see you all next time.